Hello! Today I'm going to show you how to make a pinch pot. What you want to do is take some clay, a chunk, and the extra set off to the side. And you want to, I like to just pat it into a ball of clay. You can roll it, but it's just a lot easier to do this. So I'm just stacking it into a ball. Okay, like so. If you want to roll it, go right ahead. I recommend when you're working with clay that it'll stick to slick surfaces like a table, so you might want to use some newspaper. So you're going to take the ball of clay, and then you're going to stick your thumb in the clay, like so, and then you're going to pinch and turn, pinch and turn, pinch and turn, hence pinch pot, pinch and turn. If you have long nails, you might want to take some paper towel and wrap it around your nail to do this. You just keep going, and then the bottom kind of forms a cone, so you want to just tap it lightly on the table. Continue pinching and turning. And what we're aiming for is a thickness of about 1/4 of an inch thick. So about this thick. If the clay is too thick, it will never dry and it will explode. So there's a myth that amongst art teachers that if clay if you haven't wedged it, it'll explode. And that's just not true. The truth is clay explodes in the kiln when moisture is present. So, okay, I'm going to tap. Now at this point, you want to start thinking about the overall shape of the piece. So if you want a square, you could take a stick and you can just tap the size. Now, instead of picking the pinch pot up and turning it, I'm going to be smarter and I'm going to turn the newspaper. Okay. Now you say to yourself, I don't want a square pinch pot. That's okay. Like, what do you want? It just depends on what you want. You want to shape it like a heart, a flower. It's totally up to you. All right. Now, if you have cracking, which there's not too much, but what you could do is just take a drop of water and you want to smooth any cracking that you see. If you use too much water, it's going to get real messy and you won't be able to work with it. So just a dab will do you. Okay. And then what you can do is you can put texture into it. If you have stamps, that's really helpful. You could stamp your name into it. If you want to poke holes in it, you could do that, like make where you can put your earrings. What you do for a hole is you want to come in halfway on one side and then come back through the other way to get a hole. The reason why you do that, because if you just go through in one direction like this, it'll look like a bullet hole. So it'll be clean on one side, not so clean on the other side. So half, half. Okay. So then you could take a sponge and you want to squeeze all the water juice out. And then you can also take this and smooth the sides and the edges if you want to. You could also take a rib, a metal rib, a wooden rib. This is a plastic discount card that I cut up. And you can also take this and smooth if you want it to be smooth. If you want texture, I like texture, you could take the stick and I'm bracing on one side and just putting texture on the outside of my pinch pot. So really, it's the artist's choice. And you can see we have some of that texture on there. When you're satisfied with the overall shape, what you want to do is take a dull pencil, flip your piece over, and on the bottom, write your name legibly. And then for this class, I want you to write your bell. I wouldn't write bell 4 because you're not going to be in a class forever. So just write small, a number 4, whatever bell you're in. And then I would write the year. So I just wrote my first name. So you can write your first name or your last name, no initials, and your bell. What's awesome about this is that when this is fired in the kiln at 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, the date is trapped in the clay. So 3,000 years from now, they can dig up this pot or a shard of it, and it's carbon dated, and they can tell, oh, this was made in 2022. We know this because we're doing this with the Egyptians, their pottery, the Greeks. Okay, so this is how you make a pinch pot.